Hello everybody, I made another video for you guys and I did my full coverage foundation routine and this is what it looks like. So I hope you guys enjoy the video and I'm just gonna hop right into it. So I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte Mattifying Primer to prime my face. And I honestly love this primer because it seriously does keep my face matte and my makeup doesn't get oily or anything. So I really do love this primer, and it's drugstore, so it's very affordable. And I'm using the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Foundation in the shade Medium 53 Warm. I'm just going to pump that all onto my skin and blend that out with this sponge that I got from Bed Bath & Beyond for like $4. And I just sprayed it with water and just going to blend out my makeup. So I'm just going to keep blending until I have it all looking nice and flawless. Next I'm going to actually use another foundation on top of this just because I know this shade looks pretty like yellow. Honestly, when I set my makeup after, it's not going to show that undertone so much, but I still do like to mix in the other foundation just to also give it that full coverage look, which this foundation is already full coverage, the Kat Von D, but the Maybelline Fit Me one, it helps to tone it down a little bit, the yellowness. So just gonna dot that all over, and it's in the shade 228. Gonna dot that all over and then use that same sponge, wet it again with more water, and blend that out as well. So now I'm going to use this Lab 2 Let's Start All Over brush, and I'm just going to blend out those parts in the middle of my eyes where I can't really like use my finger that well to get it blended out. I just like to use a brush and blend it out further. And just going over certain areas that I didn't blend in before. This is the Shape Tape concealer. I'm using two of them. One is in the shade Medium. This is Medium. And then I'm just gonna go over this shade with the shade Fair, just to brighten it up a little bit. Sometimes I would go in with just the shade Fair, but today I didn't really want to have too much of a bright, like super bright under eye, just because I wasn't doing too much with my eyes. So I do like to go over that shade, and just right here I'm also like letting it dry, because I feel like with this concealer it performs a little bit better when you let it dry just a little bit first instead of blending it right out as soon as you put the concealer on. So I like to give it a little bit of time to dry, and then I'll just blend everything out, and it stays in place a little more. So you don't have to let it dry for like too long, but I just like to do that just to get it to stay a little bit better. So I also like to use the butt end of the sponge to blend out the edges of my concealer. And right here I'm using that same brush to get in the inner parts of my eyes again, because the concealer got right there. So I like to use that brush to blend it out. And I also like to use that same sponge that I put my that I blended my concealer out with, just to blend out the creasing of the concealer before I actually set it with powder. And I'm using the Airspun translucent powder to set under my eyes, and I'm also going to bake my whole face with it. So I'm using a Coastal Scents number 2 brush to just buff all that baking off. And then I'm going in with this e.l.f. blush brush just to get underneath the eyes, because I feel like it's tapered perfectly to get the baking off under your eyes. And then I'm going in with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm going to use that middle shade to contour. And today I didn't really want to do like a crazy contour shade. That's why I used the middle one, because I typically use the darkest one. But I didn't want to do too much today. And I'm also using this Kabuki fan brush, jumbo Kabuki fan brush from Crown Brushes to contour with. I like to use it just because it's like shaped in the same like angle that you would contour. I feel like it's just perfect for contouring, at least in my opinion. And I know it's looking kind of crazy on my forehead, but there, yep, using that that same Coastal Scents number 2 brush just to blend it all out. That's what I typically do, because on my forehead, my contouring, you know, gets a little crazy, but I always go back in with that Coastal Scents number 2 brush to blend it all out. And then I am going to chisel out that contour, but I'm also doing further baking. As you can see, I'm just bringing that down a little bit more, just because I felt like the foundation was still just a little bit too like yellow. And when I did this, it helps to like brighten it up a little bit more, and it further like matches like my neck and everything. So that's why I did that. Then I'm just gonna contour a little bit more with that same middle shade and the same jumbo Kabuki fan brush, contouring my nose just a little bit, nothing too precise, just a little contour. Then I'm going in with this Tarte blush in the shade Pampered with another like crown brush. It's a blush brush. I'm just gonna apply my blush. So I highlighted my brows, my nose, Cupid's bow, and my cheekbones, and now I'm just buffing off that bake. I also highlighted with the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in the shade, I think, 100. And I'm just contouring under my jawline with that same brush and the same contour shade. And then I'm just gonna set my makeup with this coconut rose water. I got that from TJ Maxx for like $5 or $6, and I'm just fanning it dry a little bit. And I'm touching up my brows because it typically gets a little bit lost in the sauce with all the powder and the foundation and all that. So I'm just touching that up, trying to make it more precise. And then I'm just setting my brows in place with the Ulta Beauty Clear Brow Gel. And now I'm just putting on my mascara from Tarte, the Tarte mascara. I like to put my mascara on after I set my face with the rose water spray, the coconut rose water spray, just because I don't want it to run, because it will do that. So I put my mascara on after. And I'm using this lip liner in the shade Black Cherry from Black Opal. I'm just gonna line my lips and I'm gonna fill them in just a little bit as well. And then I'm going to use a lip paint from Tarte in the shade Bestie. And this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment, subscribe to my channel, And thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, evening, night, morning, whatever it is, whatever time it is that you're watching this. And thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.